today I wanted to talk to you about core values. And I want you to take a minute, just take a deep breath and think about, what does that mean to you? What is a core value? What is it that really makes you tick at the beginning of the day and allows you to sleep at the end of the day? So when a lot of times people think of core values, they think of pretty generic but important words. And when I say generic and important, I'm talking about words like passion, integrity, loyalty, love, happiness, respect, community, trust, and the list goes on. And I'm sure that you have a bunch of words, as well. I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee here. So good, out of my Denny's mug. But think about that. Think about all those words and some of the words that, what they mean to you. And when you dig into, say, a word like integrity, I use passion a lot, so we're going to go into integrity. When you dig into a word like integrity, what is it that really means to you? Because that means something different to everybody. Everybody's integrity is really based on how they've grown up, how they've lived their life, has their life experiences, the things that happen to them, with them, between them, for them, all those sorts of things. And so the words can also change as your life changes. A word meaning respect or happiness, they're totally different from when you're 20 to 30 to 40 to 50 and so on. And so when we look at our core values and we look at, evaluating who we are as people and what really makes our day, our minute, our every breath, something of a benefit, what are we doing at the end of the day if we're not really evaluating that stuff? I've gone through the motions of just living, in a blind sort of life of just not knowing, where I'm going, what I'm doing, this and that. And I really believe it took, into my 40s, at 49 now. And as I broach 50, I hit these big, milestones, or what we make into milestones as, coming of age and stuff like that. And so as I get older, I realize the importance of creating my core values, writing them down, understanding day in and day out that if I live by these certain values that I respect and that I want to be a part of my life, that I live the best life possible. Because if we're not living our best lives possible, then what is it that we're really doing here? Why are we going through the motions? Are we waiting to come back, if you believe in that? Are we waiting to just disappear? For me, and this is me speaking personally, no, I'm waiting to live my best life today, this minute, this second, with those that are around me, and to bring more of that to people that want to live their best life as well. So Albert Einstein said this. He said, try not to become a person of success, but rather try to become a person of value. So think about that. Try not to become a person of success. Try to become a person of value. When you really think about that, both of those really come hand in hand. When you are successful in being happy, in being in love, in having passion, in giving and getting respect and being a part of community, when you're successful in that, you become a person that is able to give value back to others. And it's such a simplistic quote written by such a brilliant man many, many years ago. But the fact of the matter is that I think human values, they are very simplistic if we can live by these tenets and understand that just because things change on a technological, area and people have other belief systems and stuff like that, really the core values of what human beings really want is to be able to get along with each other, live in unison with each other. And I really think that most, if not all people in some realm, if they are, happy and feeling well, they want to help others, and we live in such a world right now where it seems like when you look at social media, and I'm a huge advocate of social media, your TikToks, your all that sort of stuff, when you look at those platforms and you see the promotion of really shitty human behavior, why are we watching it? Including me. Is it the only thing that's really on there? Is it the algorithm? Is it just kind of this mindset that we always like to, kind of look back at the car accident? I don't know. But there's not enough, I think, in social media and what's out there. And a reason why I had started this, podcast 99 episodes ago, there's not enough out there of the spreading of the happiness and the love and the good news and all the good things that are going on. And we're so blessed. If you are listening to this, I know I have listeners in other countries, speaking from context of being in the United States, we're so blessed to live in such a wonderful and beautiful place. We're not, most people are not homeless. They're not wondering where they're going to get their next meal. They're not, the water's pretty much clean. I mean, there's a lot of amazing and great benefits of living in a country like this, and being able to have the availability of tools to, if you don't have those things, to get those things. What I'm trying to say is that why is there any room for misery unless you really want to be miserable, And as I build my life and I get older and I understand that, my life is getting shortened by the day, but maybe longer by the minute for the next transcendental whatever thing that I do based on what I believe in, I really want to crush my core values and what it does. So I want to talk about how core values can mold our day. How we can value our day every day based on core values, and not just with like adjectives or nouns or verbs or these things that, we look at, like the words I had discussed in the beginning, but just the phases of our life, when we look at if we're somebody going to school or going to college, or, if we just like work and we got to raise kids, and, or if we're just doing shit that doesn't matter, that's all okay. You have core values while you go through all of that. But to kind of give you an example, and I was coaching somebody earlier this week, and we wrote down his core values, and then I wrote down mine. But I wrote down mine in the context of what makes me tick every day. And I would suggest that you might take the minute to do this and look at your optimal day. Look at your optimal day written through the core values that you have. So I'm going to give you an example, and here's my day, and here's how it goes. I wake up at 4. I thank, for me, it's God. That's my thing. God, spirit, whatever you want to believe in, that's fine. Yoda. And I thank for another day, another opportunity to be able to give, everything that I have, but to do it for my benefit in order to benefit others. If that makes any sense, if you can follow that, because we got to do things that fill our soul first so that we can fill others. And so waking up at 4, believe it or not, it's like I like a core value is having that time with my dogs in the morning, giving them love, doing a little bit of reading, doing some stretching, understanding that great, I have another opportunity. I feel good. Let's do this. Grab my coffee, So what does that mean? Well, Dave, what do you mean? How's that a core value? Well, no, it's the core value of being grateful. Grateful is the word that I put into that core value in the morning, of my day. Taking inventory of where I'm at and what I'm doing and understanding. Then it's working out. It's the physical, it's the ability to be able to feel strong, to move, to form and create and do this experiment, within, creating this ultimate, body to feel good. And it's not just necessarily aesthetic looking, although I do love to look good and I have an ego just, like many of us do, but it's the fact that I can bend down and, tie my shoes. I can lift my leg up in the air and put my shoe on. on. I can jump from A to Z and do all these things. I can get in and out of my car. It's a core value to be able to do all that. And as I get older, I want that core value to stick because I want to be able to pick up my grandkids if God willing my kids decide to have kids, and all that stuff. And so it's prepping for that now as opposed to getting to that place when you're, for me, when I'm 65, 70 going, oh boy, my fitness sucks, and trying to catch up to all that. So it's a core value now. Other core values is telling my wife that I love her, showing her the love, the respect, communicating with her, whether it's via text or phone call, understanding what's going on with her day, knowing that when I'm going to come home, we're going to have a conversation over dinner and just enjoy each other's company, to close out the end of the night. Core value there for me. Another core value is what I put into my body as far as food, nutrition, understanding that I have a plan, and my plan is to put the things into my body that my body processes, that lets me do the things that I need to do in order to be a better husband, a better father, a better employer, a better friend, all of those things. And nutrition really is it's the core basis for that. I mean, it just is. It doesn't mean that you can't go out, enjoy yourself, do that, but do it with some sort of intention, Go out and do and eat and be the things that you want with some sort of intention and enjoy that moment for what that moment is, and then get back into the moment of what you need to get into to keep living your core values. And that's what I do. And so there's a number of things, again, and for me, meditation, I've said this a million times, meditation is whatever you want it to be. It could be sitting in silence. It could be listening to your craziest, Beastie Boys tune or Run DMC or whatever you want, Van Halen for me, and just really getting into the music and closing your eyes and reverting back to a space that just makes you happy. For me, I like to play guitar. I'm learning guitar. I've been doing guitar lessons since I was a kid. I quit for 20-something years. I'm back doing it now 3 years in a row. And when I get there and I'm playing like a Beatles tune and I'm in a meditative state, that's meditation for me. It's a core value to be able to get into that state, whether it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes a day, whatever it is, an hour. Journaling, another meditative state, writing, and that's a huge core value as well. And then last but not least, community. I think we all need people. We all need interaction. We all need a basis to to have that human touch with somebody else, and we want to feel that sense of community. And whether that's out at a restaurant, a bar, a church, a craft center, in the park, grocery store, I do a lot at Whole Foods, wherever it is. And even when you run into somebody and you're happy to see them and you hadn't seen them, or somebody approaches you, take in that moment as a respect and has an energy of somebody that is legitimately excited to talk to you, because they recognize you and they know you. And I know for me, that's something that I really, really enjoy. And it's a part of my core value of who I am. Now, as I've gotten older, doing that late at night is not part of my core value. My late at night is 8 o'clock, core value, bed. Sleep is a huge core value, and that's just how I end my day, and I get my 8 hours, and I am golden the next day to be a spaz and to talk to you on a podcast and do all this, great stuff. So, I leave you with this. We're living in a world with other humans, maybe some aliens, maybe not. But what I do want to say is that when you look at your brother, your sister, your father, your mother, your brothers and sisters, as far as, other people, whatever sex, whatever gender, whatever color, and none of that matters. All that stuff fades away. It's all just contextual, just bullshit, because we're all spirits. We're all spirits that are interconnected, and our physical form is just an animal form. We're no different than an animal. We just happen to have a couple more brain cells to either do really cool shit or really stupid shit. And unfortunately, it seems like a lot of stupid shit's going on right now. So just reconnecting our core values with love and with respect to others is really going to help, I think, get the world into that 1% contextual meditative state of just being stronger and better and moving forward. And that's really kind of the message that I wanted to get today. Just a positive message, a message of love, a message of light, and a message for all of you. So thank you again. I really love all of you guys. I appreciate you listening. We're going to have some great guests on for Podcast 100 next. Please subscribe, leave a 5-star, share, and I ain't going anywhere. So till then, peace out.